We get it, bro. We get it, bro. Concord is dead. Ha ha. Like, I don't understand, and this is something I want to make a talking point in this video. I don't understand how weird the gaming community and gaming culture has gotten since like it went mainstream. And I even have a video planned about this, but like, yo, don't get me wrong. Now understand when I say this, I may not play Fortnite like that, but I do consider Fortnite a good game. Fortnite is such a good game that it fucked up the whole gaming community. It is crazy how a good game fucked over the gaming community this big, but I'll talk more about that in my video on it. And if I remember, I'll come back and link something, but if not, the channel at the end of the video, it'll be there, or I'll pin it in the comments. If I remember, I'll put it in this video. If not, QaptainSlander Quarter Circles is the name of the channel. And spell it with a Q this time. One player continues to play Concord on PC despite the game's servers being offline. Even though Concord aimed to be the next Overwatch, it faced criticism for poor design and lack of innovation. This was most people just parroting. If they're talking about poor design in terms of like the gameplay, hell no. In terms of the map design, hell no. In terms of the character design, I like the character design. I'll stand on what I said. The character design in that game was good. It was good. It was fucking great even. I don't know. Great might be pushing it a little bit, but it's a case of mid that I enjoyed, right? Like I really enjoyed Concord because like even off stream when y'all couldn't see me, there was times where I was like, damn, I wish the Concord beta was up still because I'll be playing that bitch right now. It was a case of I enjoyed my mid. Like, what's wrong with average games? People stomped on Concord's head because it was an average game, but it's like, yo, bro, what's wrong with mid? What's wrong with average? Like, a lot of you niggas got average shorties. A lot of you niggas got average intelligence levels. A lot of you got an average size pencil that you write with. Nobody's over there making fun of you because your pencil isn't as long as can possibly be and not sharpened to the tippy top. Put that motherfucker right, don't he? That's all that matters. Point is, let people enjoy their mid. Anyway, despite a mixed reception, which is fair because that game wasn't no 10. I'll go so far as to call that game a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, which by the way, I don't know what the fuck happened, but like, the reason why even when I used to run Nobody Safe, I refuse to use a 1 through 10 scale is because like after 6, whatever you say is just instantly an insult in everybody's eyes. Cause like a game could be a 5 out of 10 and just be not for me. Cause for example, there's a lot of people that swear to God for some reason that Elden Ring is a 10 out of 10 because it gives them the same high as smoking crack when they beat a boss. But I played Elden Ring. Y'all seen the footage. I played Elden Ring for 3 hours. I was like, yo, this game is not fun. This game is not fun. I don't know what the hell y'all see in this game, but it's not fun. To me, Elden Ring is a 5 out of 10. 4 out of 10 because sometimes the game don't even work. It's a 5 out of 10 to me. But if you ask any of these gaming journalists, if you ask any of these gaming outlets, they'll be like, oh my God, this game's a 9 out of 10. Oh my God, this game's a 10 out of 10. But something I noticed when I was younger, which quick sidetrack, is I should do a video on this and this needs to be studied, but like legitimately, and I'm not just saying that just to say that, for some reason, game reviewers just love RPGs. Now, I'm not saying every RPG is bad. I'm just saying, in my opinion, 99% of them bitches suck. Including your favorite ones, including Zelda. So, to me, I just noticed, even since I was younger and reading Game Informer, that a lot of developers, that a lot of game reviewers just love RPGs and they're very biased towards RPGs a lot of the time. That's just something that I noticed. But, back to talking about this. Mixed reception, yeah. Like I said, I'd call Concord a 7. I want to know how, via Steam, despite the controversial, it's probably a glitch in the system. Even though Concord was a first-party PlayStation title, the game received mixed reviews from critics and only survived 2 weeks before being shut down. Developed by a new PlayStation studio, developers Firework, the now delisted shooter, blah blah blah. Despite the fact that there still appears to be one individual, according to SteamDB. Okay. While the shooter only managed to peak at 796, remains online. Okay, they're basically showing you the screenshot. Look, there you go. There you go. One person's playing right now. And then in a 24-hour peak, 2 people played. I don't know how the hell, but they did. Woo! From critics as servers are fishy, it's likely that this one is simply processing the game's sudden shutdown. While the day before is often, the day before doesn't count. Okay, so the rest of that is yappage. These points pretty much was the whole article, but yeah. Here's your daily dose of Concord. Go ahead, make fun of Concord. Go ahead, call Concord a piece of shit because your favorite content creator said it's a piece of shit, or you're just one of those people that are both all sexist, racist, and gaysist that just want to stomp on Concord for being woke. DI detected. Hate y'all niggas, bro. I really don't understand how the fuck the whole DEI detected, wokeness detected movement got into gaming, but that shit gotta go. And on the other end of the spectrum, so we have games that didn't live too long. Now on the other end of the spectrum, I want to know, what the hell is this thing with games living so long? Because like, as a person who's a gamer, after I beat a game or after I play a game for a certain amount of time, I just get tired of a game. Y'all don't get tired of playing the same game for 10 years? Like even my favorite games that I do come back to that are very old, like Smash Flash and stuff like that. I don't play Smash Flash every day relentlessly. What is with this trend of not letting a game be succeeded? It's okay to make a successor, even though a lot of people still prefer the old one. There's people to this day that have still never played GTA 4 or 5 because they love San Andreas so much. It is okay. There will always be a part of your fan base that is never going to come to the new game. That's okay. That's fine. Let them enjoy their older game. It's not bad to let people enjoy older games in your franchise. And it's not bad to just stop updating it, maintain the servers, move on to the next game. It's okay. We don't have to let every game live for 200, 300,000 freaking years. Okay? We don't need that. We don't need that. It's okay to let a game go. Y'all can make Sims 5. Everybody who's playing Sims 4 will go on to the next game eventually, bro. It is okay. There won't actually be a Sims 5 because EA is going to disrupt the sequel model by shoving the Sims 4, Project Renee, and 2 other games into one massive Sims platform. They said, translation, this game prints bucket loads of money and we don't never want that to stop. Project Renee, the code name for the next major Sims game, isn't canceled. In fact, EA will be doing some closed multiplayer testing this fall. Still, I want to know, how the fuck does multiplayer Sims work? What? I'm not even gonna ask what is the appeal, because I understand the appeal of Sims, but what's the appeal of multiplayer Sims? Like, the idea of Sims is supposed to be you could create your own world and your own scenario that you have 100% control of, that or that you have as much control as you want of the world, and you can let these fancy wacky scenarios play out and watch how the interactions in the game happen. What's the point of playing a game where that's the main point if you're just gonna let another person mangle with all your doings? Like, I don't get it. Unless it's a competitive thing, but how the hell do you make competitive Sims? Wait a minute, let me look that up. I'm sure that's a thing. Competitive Sims. Wait, hold up. That last beat was hidden. Are there any Sims? Many non-competitive gamers still have esports. Let's see. If there's any place that'll have the answer, it is Reddit. And there's The Sims Sparked was the biggest esports thing I know of. What is that? Give it about 1 million, billion, trillion, thousand, quintillion years to load. Is a reality competition. Okay, so don't care. Okay, so it isn't a thing, but it would be funny if I looked it up and there was. But anyway, I don't understand the idea of Sims being multiplayer. We've occasionally called the Sim, but the in development game we've occasionally called Sims 5 isn't actually a successor in the series, basically. And Project Renee and The Sims 4 are going to be part of the Sims universe. During an EA presentation today, Laura Miel, or Mael, whichever one, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, gave a much more thorough breakdown of the Sims series future than normally comes out of investor-facing presentations. Quote, traditionally, after every release, we would replace one version with another starting from scratch. The Miel said, what is her first name? Laura said of the Sims games 1 through 3. Well, we are going to disrupt that model. We are investing in a massive Sims platform. This game prints money and is going to be hard as fuck it's going to take, I don't even want to say hard as fuck. We don't want to spend the marketing money and effort into marketing a new game when this game already markets itself for free. There are a lot of buzzwords here, the kinds of things investors like, but the long and short is that EA is planning for 4 different Sims games: Sims 4, Project Renee, My Sims, and a new mobile game codenamed Project Stories. So all share creator tools, blah, 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 social network. Laura said, we will carry forward tremendous engagement and volumes of content to make the Sims 4 foundation of our future growth strategy. Laura said, we will be updating the core technology foundation for the product, and we will release fun and exciting content for many years to come. So, like, I don't even want to read these last 2 paragraphs. If y'all don't know, it costs over $1,000 to buy every DLC in The Sims. From my understanding, most people who play The Sims don't even buy the DLC. They basically just buy the base game and they mod the fuck out of it. Because if y'all don't know, the mod community for The Sims goes absolutely nuts. There's the wildest I've seen is they even have mods for The Sims where your character can become a cracker or a prostitute. No, I'm not paraphrasing or being funny. I am so dead ass. There are a demographic of people, mostly women, because like I'm not gonna lie, when I look in the Sims community, it's majority women. So mostly women that like simulating scenarios where they can make their Sims characters get addicted to hardcore drugs and things of that nature. I don't know why in the flying fuck you would want to simulate that, but that is a thing that they do, and they achieve it with various different crazy ass mods. There's mods to give the Sims guns. There's mods for like more simple stuff to like put them on the moon. But like just point blank period, it's like, damn, bro, that game has a lot of mods and it has a lot of community support. I'm pretty sure if you make a new game and it's good, they'll transition over. But of course that's not gonna happen because this game prints money, and when your game prints money, there's no such thing as trying to go out on top. A lot of these companies want to just want to keep pulling the crank, keep pulling the crank. Like when you in a casino and you pulling the lever on the slot machine, like there's an idea that, think of it like instead of a lever, it's just a crank machine that they're stuck cranking forever and forever and forever. They just keep trying to crank it and keep trying to make it live as long as it can until it dies. I'm a big believer in it's okay to make 3 games in a series. It's okay to make 2 games in a series. Sometimes if a series is fire, you could get a good 5 games out of it that are all meaningful and different and unique in their own way. But not every game series needs to have 28, 29 different fucking years of support. What happens in cases like these, and we're gonna start seeing it, I predict we're gonna start seeing it in the next like 5 to 10 years. A lot of these games that have been getting pumped up full of like just fucking life enhancing drugs are just gonna walk around like, think of it like this. Imagine these games are people, and these people are on the brink of death, and they're suffering. And instead of pulling the plug on these suffering, damn near dead, dying people, you just keep defibrillating them just enough so that they're not dead. Let it go. The game is suffering. The game is suffering at this point. Let it the fuck go. but they're never gonna let it go because the Sims community is gonna eat up whatever the fuck they give out. It feels like a wild thing to say about a now 10-year-old game where each new expansion produces a slew of bugs as it struggles to cohabitate with dozens of other DLCs. Damn, so that's even worse. So not only will they probably never make a new entry in this game, the game doesn't even work every time it gets one of its 10 years worth of updates. And every time they update every time they update the game and add something new into it, it breaks 10 other DLCs. That sounds like something that could be fixed, a problem you could get rid of for a very long time, maybe not forever, but a very long time if you stop working with 10-year-old hardware, stop working with 10-year-old software, make a new fucking Sims, put the bitch in Unreal 5. Jeez. Though I guess this does explain why EA recently committed a new team to focus on fixing bugs. So they would rather hire niggas to fix bugs instead of making a new game and just making sure that doesn't have any bugs. This is irresponsible. And like a lot of these studios that have these live service games that they want to last forever and ever, a lot of them are going to collapse. A few of them are going to be like a Fortnite and games of that level of stature, but some of these bitches are gonna collapse. They're gonna go offline. They're gonna try and ride the bus till the wheels fall off, and they think they're gonna ride on the rims, but they don't know that the rims makes the car slippery and hard to control, and they're gonna dive off a bridge into an ocean when all they wanted to do was drive straight. But had you stopped driving that bus and got some new wheels or got a whole new vehicle in general, you wouldn't have to worry about these problems. It sounds like that's what's happening. There are current problems that are basically self-made. You don't have to have these problems. You chose to have these problems through negligence. It feels like a while they got complacent. The updating core technology of the Sims 4 part of the plan is going to require a lot of faith. Oh, jeez. The announcement finally answers the question I've had for over a year about Renee. Will Renee be related to 4? Previously, Electronic Arts made vague statements about continuing support, air quotes, for The Sims 4, which I'd assume would be more reference to quality of life updates, not active continued development. So from what I'm hearing, this person is very into The Sims and they're a part of The Sims community. And if I am to assume that this person is a representative of how the community feels about The Sims community wants a new game. Just like the Grand Theft Auto community wants a new game, the Sims community wants a new game. But a lot of people in the Sims community are casual gamers. So like I said, crank. More money. Come on, keep cranking it. Keep cranking it. Keep cranking the slot machine. Keep cranking the slot machine until it breaks. And the slot machine hasn't broken, imploded on them yet, and put them in debt, or they're in debt and they don't realize it yet, and they're still cranking. This was basically what I was reading about. Damn, I put these in the wrong order. This was supposed to go first while I was talking. One thing I did want to show is gamers, we have faith. Now, even though I will literally never, if ever, I probably never will play Star Wars Jedi. One thing I can respect from the studio is that they respect gamers and they respect your time. That's why currently Astrobot is definitively, I promise you, it's in my top 3 games for the year. Because for me personally, my game of the year, I just now thought about it. I might have to like leave Power World out because I love Power World. Power World is top 5 games of the year for me. But A, it's in early access. B, there ain't shit to do in that game unless you make shit to do in that game. But my game of the year is currently between Astrobot and Deathbound. Year's not over, so the list still is capable of moving around and changing. But right now it's those 2 games, Deathbound and Astrobot. But one thing I can respect is that they're willing to wrap up the game. Like I said, not every game has to last forever. No game, in my opinion, should last like live updates and live like live and active updates, no game should last past 10 years. After 10 years, technology has moved so far forward, a new generation of consoles has released, you need to let it the fuck go. Think. Look at The Sims. Every time, like we just read in the article, every time they release a new update for The Sims, the fucking game keeps breaking. So it's to the point to where the game engine that they're using is so outdated, it's hard to work with. But like I said, a lot of companies, they see how much money it is, and they just keep cranking that slot machine crank. Instead of getting up and making a new game, they just want to crank the slot machine crank till the machine blows up on them, and they realize they're 50 billion, million, quintillion, quadrillion dollars in debt. I'm not gonna read this whole article. I'm gonna more so read the key takeaways, because this is mostly what I wanted to focus on. The headline. The upcoming Star Wars Jedi title will be the last one in the series centering around Cal Kestis. So if they do continue this series, it's going to be probably another trilogy talking about like a different main character or something like that, where they have it so that it follows a new character or goes through a new story or something like that. Basically, it'll expand on a world in a way that shows you it in a different point of view, because they're not relying on complacency, which is something I love to see. When you get complacent, that's how you fail. That's one of the reasons that a lot of these studios don't understand why Fortnite, I'm a dick ride Fortnite, even though I don't play it that much, because it is an example of what's right in gaming. Do you know why Fortnite has lasted? Because they've innovated, they've done things new. But like I said, I'm writing a video about that. You'll see it when you see it. There's a good chance Respawn Entertainment is already working on a new title based on several indications. EA has earned $5 billion from the Star Wars Jedi trilogy, despite some hiccups. Yeah, when it originally released on PC, the game did not work very well for some odd reason, but it still sold well. This article, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this article is good or not. I don't know what the hell they're referencing. I want to read through the article, look for the quote, and see what they're talking about. He continued. A week ago, YouTuber Legendary Josh posted a video called Space Marine 2 is a reminder of a video we lost, in which he praised the game for its gruesome combat, beautiful presentation, and celebration of the Warhammer franchise, world, and lore. He tried to juxtapose it with modern games that are either live service hamster wheels or single player experiences that feel narratively convoluted and full of bloated gameplay systems, which I haven't watched the video, but I'm predicting he's talking about those over-the-shoulder third-person story Oscar bait-ass games like The Last of Us. I love The Last of Us, but I don't love the fact that everything is trying to be The Last of Us. The Last of Us 2 was a great game, but even in that, there was some like writing, there was like some things with the writing that weren't so good. Some things that with the writing that were a little bit funky. They kind of wrote themselves into a hole and made it really hard for there to ever be The Last of Us 3. So when that The Last of Us 3 entry eventually does come out, don't expect the writing to be great. Expect it just off rip, expect it to have shitty writing. But I digress. But he also talked about the game oozing with so much masculinity that I feel like I've been in a desert for the last few years, and how it has themes nobody wants to go near anymore, like courage and honor and brotherhood for the Emperor. What the fuck is he talking about? I'm starting that you're on a clock, buddy. He sounds like one of them go woke, go broke ass people. Cause like for courage and honor, there's literally a game out right now called For Honor. Ghost of Tsushima, that's about honor. Sifu, that's about honor. Fucking Star Wars Jedi Survivor. From what I remember of the story, because I didn't beat that game, I watched somebody else play it, but from what I remember of the story, that was a game about honor, clearing your name and whatnot, I believe. So, the fuck are you talking about? Sounds go woke, go broke to me. Not in terms of like, it sounds like that, but in terms of you sound like one of those people that will say that dumbass shit. Themes, Legendary Drops went on to praise the limited banter among the characters, calling out games that eschew simple good and evil characters and more stoic dialogue. That's a fact. There's a lot of games that good, bad, evil, I mean good and bad, basically. The video didn't blow up until a few days later when YouTuber Asmongold posted a nearly hour-long, oh my god, this man, reaction to it, agreeing with most of Legendary's yep, sounds like a go broke nigga to me, and elaborating on some of them. The problem is not that modern games have complex characters. The problem is that their idea of a complex character is a self-indulgent loser that doesn't have any charisma, he said at one point. That's the reason why I remembered I had to read The Catcher in the Rye, and I hated that book so much. And I feel like the reason why I hated that book is because I thought the main character, like Holden Caulfield or whatever, was the biggest simp loser that I haven't read the book, but I'm gonna just assume he's wrong here because that nigga just says shit and is wrong as fuck about a lot of things on a lot of different occasions. Anyway, there's a two-step. Where is the fucking quote from the damn... All right, CEO of Saber here. I love your videos. When we signed a deal to make Space Marines 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had the chance to work on something which by its nature was, quote, old school. I can't even comprehend many of the current games we play these days. They are too complex and too much of an investment. The comment continued, we worked on Halo back in the day and that game could be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting. I hope that games like Space Marines 2 and Wukong are the start. Yep, I heard Wukong mentioned. We're out of here. Fuck that game. I'm not gonna play Wukong until I don't have to, like, I don't give a fuck how much I anticipate or how much I like the idea of a game. I want to play Cyberpunk so bad, but I'm not playing Cyberpunk until I buy a new PC whenever I feel like it money. Now this, actually, I want to put this one Lost. Which one's first? Okay, let's put this first. And let's read this actual post from YouTube last. All right, so this YouTube